Confidence changes everything. The self-assured person speaks differently, walks differently, decides differently, and the world treats them differently. And yet, most people seek confidence in the wrong place, in praise, in achievements, in the approval of others, in appearing perfect. That is why their security is fragile. It rises when others applaud them and collapses at the first criticism. They live on an emotional roller coaster, at the mercy of what others think of them. But there is another kind of confidence, one that depends on nothing external, that no criticism can crack, nor any failure can topple. It is the confidence the ancient Stoics cultivated: Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, men who faced wars, exiles, and death without losing their serenity, because their security was born from within. In this video, you are going to discover 6 keys to build unshakable confidence, a real security that rests on you and not on the world. Not the false confidence of pretending, but the true one, the one that holds you up even when everything is against you. Stay to the end, because the last key is the one that holds everything together. Let us begin. The first key to unshakable confidence is to understand that it is born within you, not outside. Most people build their security on external things: praise, achievements, money, image, the approval of others. And that is why their confidence is fragile, because all of that can disappear at any moment, and with it their security collapses. A confidence that depends on the outside will always be at the mercy of the outside. The Stoics built their worth on something no one could take from them: their own character, their principles, their way of acting. Marcus Aurelius, being emperor, did not rest his security on power or on applause, but on knowing that he acted well according to his conscience. That is the only solid foundation. When your confidence is born from your values and your way of behaving, a criticism, a failure, or someone's rejection can no longer tear it from you. You remain standing because your foundation is inside, not outside. Stop seeking security in what others think of you or in what you have, and start building it on who you are and how you act. That is the confidence that no storm can bring down, because it does not rest on the world, it rests on you. The second key to unshakable confidence is to act despite fear. There is a great misunderstanding about confidence. Many people believe that first you have to feel secure and then act. But it works the other way around. Confidence does not come before action. It comes after, as the result of having acted despite fear. Every time you do something that scares you and survive, you prove to your mind that you are capable, and that proof is what builds real security. Confidence, deep down, is memory, the accumulated recollection of the times you faced something hard and overcame it. The Stoics knew that courage is not the absence of fear, but acting with fear on your back. If you wait to feel completely secure to take a step, you will never take it, because that total security does not come before, it is earned after. Start small. Do things that make you a little uncomfortable. Speak when you would rather stay quiet. Try what you are afraid of. Every small victory over fear is a brick in your confidence. In time, you will discover you are capable of much more than you thought, not because you stopped feeling fear, but because you learned to act despite it. That is the confidence that truly holds, the one you have built with deeds. The third key to unshakable confidence is to stop comparing yourself with others. Nothing destroys security as fast as constantly looking sideways to see if you are behind someone else. And today, with everyone showing their best face on screens, that comparison is a permanent trap. You compare your real life, with its doubts and its bad days, with the edited and perfect version that others choose to show, and of course you always come out losing. But that comparison is unfair and also useless, because each person starts from a different point and walks at their own pace. The Stoics focused their attention on a single healthy comparison, that of who you are today against who you were yesterday. Seneca advised measuring our progress against ourselves, not against others. The only rival that truly matters is the previous version of you. When you stop looking at what others have or achieve and focus on your own path, you recover peace and security. Your worth does not diminish because someone shines, just as a candle is not put out because another burns brighter. Concentrate on your own improvement, on your own path, and stop measuring your inside against the outside of others. There begins a confidence no one can touch. The fourth key to unshakable confidence is to keep the promises you make to yourself. Every time you say you are going to do something and you do not do it, you send your mind a silent but devastating message: I cannot trust my own word. And the other way around. Every time you keep what you set out to do, however small, you build something precious, confidence in yourself. Self-esteem is not raised with pretty phrases in front of the mirror. It is built with proof, with the track record of the times you told yourself, I will do this, and you did it. The Stoics lived with integrity, that their acts matched their words, and they began by being faithful to themselves. When you commit to yourself and follow through, you prove to yourself that you are a trustworthy person, and that inner reliability is the core of all security. That is why it is so important to start with small and real commitments. Do not promise to change your whole life tomorrow. Promise to get up at a certain hour and do it. Promise to take a walk and take it. Every kept promise is a deposit in the account of your self-confidence. In time, those small fulfillments accumulate and become an unshakable certainty. When I say I am going to do something, I do it. And the one who trusts their own word walks through the world with a security they do not need to prove to anyone. The fifth key to unshakable confidence is to accept your own flaws instead of hiding them. It sounds contradictory, but the most solid security does not come from believing yourself perfect, but from being at peace with your imperfections. The person who needs to appear flawless lives in constant tension, terrified that someone will discover their weaknesses. That is not confidence. It is a fragile mask that any criticism can break. By contrast, the one who recognizes and accepts their flaws becomes almost invulnerable, because there is no longer anything to hide or to fear. If you already know and accept where you fail, no one can hurt you by pointing it out. The Stoics practiced an honest look at themselves. They recognized their mistakes without dramatizing them, as a natural part of being human. To accept your flaws does not mean to give up or to stop improving. It means to stop hating yourself for not being perfect and to start from reality. A secure person is not the one who believes they do everything well. It is the one who can calmly say, yes, I have these flaws, I am working on them, and that is all right. That serenity before one's own imperfections is one of the highest forms of confidence. Stop chasing an impossible perfection and make peace with yourself, with your lights and your shadows. When you accept yourself whole, you become impossible to knock down. The sixth and final key to unshakable confidence is to stop depending on the approval of others. As long as your security depends on others validating you, you will always be vulnerable because you place your worth in others' hands. Anyone with a criticism or a gesture of contempt will be able to sink you because you have handed them the power to define how much you are worth. Unshakable confidence is born precisely when you reclaim that power, when your valuation of yourself stops depending on the world's applause or rejection. The Stoics were perfectly clear about this. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, reminded himself that seeking the approval of the masses was chasing something empty and outside his control. He knew that if he acted well according to his principles, he did not need anyone's approval. This does not mean despising others or closing yourself to all opinion. It means that their judgment stops being the foundation on which you build your peace. You can hear a criticism, weigh whether it is right, and move on without it destroying you. When you no longer need to please everyone, something freeing happens. You stop performing for the crowd and start living by your values. And that inner coherence, that not depending on anyone to feel good, is the foundation of the deepest security there is. Approve of yourself first, and the world will stop having power over you. We have walked through the 6 keys to unshakable confidence together. Confidence is born within and not outside. It is built by acting despite fear, by ceasing to compare yourself, by keeping the promises you make to yourself, by accepting your flaws, and, above all, by ceasing to depend on the approval of others. If you notice, none of these keys consists of pretending or convincing anyone of anything. They all consist of building something solid inside you. A security that does not depend on applause nor collapse with criticism. That is the only confidence worth having, the one you carry with you everywhere because it rests on who you are and how you act. It is not achieved overnight. It is built little by little, with each small promise you keep, with each fear you face, with each time you choose your values over others' opinion. Start today with just one of these keys. Take a step that scares you a little, or keep a small promise you made to yourself. Every action is a brick in a security no one will be able to topple. If this video gave you strength, give it a like and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom every night. And remember, approve of yourself first, and the world will stop having power over you. See you in the next one. Take care.